Okay, guys, if you hear that, that is not a.
It's not a drill.
It's not a drill. It is
but
a drill.
It is a drill.
As you know, or if you didn't know, now you know. We got our. We had a roof leak, and so we got our whole roof replaced, and the construction has been happening. So you'll hear that
Occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
Just a random noise, a hammering or something or another. Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 87 of
How Married Are You? That's a lot of episodes. Here we go. My name's Beleaf and it's Yvette, and we've been married 9 years. Live in California, got 4 kids. Relationship scary, very necessary. That we share all of our struggles and we ask
how married are you?
Every Tuesday and Thursday, shoddy. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. If you're feeling it, go put your hands up. You got the questions, we got the answers.
Chocolate baby story time.
Hey, chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
It's chocolate baby story time.
yep. Let's focus.
Okay.
Anyway, we have been chilling, man. I don't really know if I have a chocolate baby story time. Yvette?
I'm here, y'all. Sorry. What were you saying? What's your chocolate baby story time?
I don't have one.
Why?
I don't. Oh, do we not have a chocolate baby story time?
I'll tell you what. Raya Bo's been getting reckless with how he's talking to me.
Yeah, man.
And I don't like it. And he's doing it in front of people. And I'm just like, ooh.
You...
I'm just like, oh my goodness, how rude. And I think I have a thing about, I don't know, disciplining my children in front of other people. It makes me feel uncomfortable. But I gotta get it together because he decides to do it when we're on FaceTime with people.
Yeah.
I mean, because now we can't be in person. And I'm like, what's happening? What is happening?
Yeah, man.
Like on Glen's birthday, we were FaceTiming Glen's mom. And Raya goes, or she said something about like being good listeners or whatever. And then Raya goes, I don't have to listen to my mom. And then I was like, excuse me? And he's like, I just listen to dad. And he made it seem like it was because it was your birthday that he had to listen to you. But it was just still very rude. And he was like really not relenting. I was like, dude, no, you listen to me. He's like, no.
Oh my gosh. I was not there.
Ooh, it was so infuriating. I'm hot. Are you hot?
No. I would have done that thing where I grab him by the face and I pluck him under the... sometimes I just...
Oh my gosh.
Remember I used to do that?
We do have a chocolate baby. You do have a chocolate baby story time.
What is it?
I even have video. The other day, I told the boys, so y'all, they just be doing me wrong. They just be doing me wrong. Anyway, I'm not a victim. But the other day I fussed at them because I was like, dude, I just straightened up outside and y'all just went out there knocking over chairs, doing all kinds of stuff, whatever. And I was like, turn off the TV right now and go outside and like do whatever. And
I'll tell it.
Okay.
So we're out there, right? And now you got to understand that I've kind of been irritated because I have a jump rope. Dang, Yvette. I have a jump rope, a really, like, it's not expensive jump rope, but it's not a cheap jump rope either. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones you get from like, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that. And it's like weighted. It's a nice jump rope. So what they did was they unscrewed the jump rope and lost a piece of it. Like the springs and the weight that goes inside of it. And they just kind of threw it around the backyard. And I was so irritated and so upset. And I was like, you know, I didn't just pop him or anything like that. I was just like, man, you know, I don't trust you with my things. You guys don't care. So therefore, I'm like, you guys can't play with any of my things. You know what I mean? Because I just got like a dartboard and they like, drooling about wanting to play with it. So anyway, Yvette tells them to go outside and clean up because they made a complete mess of the backyard. And they were outside chilling. And I felt like, I think it was the ancestors because I had listened to the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott battle, versus battle or whatever. It really wasn't a battle. But I went out there and I just grabbed their ears and was walking them around the backyard and like putting their face very close to the thing I needed them to pick up. Because they didn't see it. They were like, "It's nothing else to pick up." So I put their face close to it, and then as soon as they grabbed it, I pulled their ears back up, and I walked them all the way over the garage, all the way around the garage. The backyard, just putting their face, inches away from the thing, and it just was like one of them. My grandmother would have did something like that, but like they weren't hurting, or it wasn't like, but it was. Annoying.
They were laughing actually, but it was
probably a sight to see.
Yeah. Like if our neighbor would have come outside, you would have been like, ooh.
Yeah. Anyway.
And that's
I don't care what them neighbors think about us.
Okay. All right, y'all. It's Tuesday. So we have a voicemail and an email that we are going to look into today. Again, if you'd like us to chime in on whatever you got going on out there, you can email us at howmarriedareYou@gmail.com. Or you can call us and leave a voicemail at 760-335-6643. You can also click the link below and leave us a voicemail on Anchor as well.
And don't be trying to act like you can't listen to this. You've been listening to people stream Zoom calls. You know what I'm saying? Like you can deal with a little bit of construction in the background.
Yeah, guys. We're just trying to be consistent and keep it going. So if we try to wait for them, like it's very rare. Uzi's sleep, Anaya's sleep, and the boys are doing quiet time. So it's helpful for us to be able to record when we can.
Yep.
Anywho, and we love y'all. We love our wedding party.
Ooh, we sure do.
So I am going to go. He's right here by the.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go. Should I do the voicemail first or the email? Let's do the email. I feel like reading. Oh my gosh, it's so much. Let me zoom in.
Guess who's up?
How up is he? I jinxed us.
Well, you want to come back to this? It'll only be a second for them, but we'll have to come back and set up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a moment, which probably will be 7 hours from now. But in your time, it'll be right now.
Bye. Oh, shoot. All right. Hello, I'm Mrs. Wait, no.
We're just picking back up? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this email that we're jumping into is titled, Worst First Dating Experience. Here we go. Hi, Glen and Yvette. I am 28-year-old female that loves God and who has always prided herself on being a virgin and waiting on God's best. Needless to say, I feel like I have procrastinated in my singleness in the sense that I had never put myself in situations to be seen or to get to know men. I grew up in the type of church setting that was so anti-relationship. All I know is no boys get an education, no boys focus on being single and traveling or whatever distraction to keep you pure. Distraction. Looking back, I feel lied to because I got the degree, got the job, am traveling and working on me, and it's like, where the hell is he at then? I did what I was told, and it has led me here, 28 and no prospects. So last year, I decided I was going to change that and be intentional because I do have a desire to be a wife and mother. I signed up for a dating app and ended up going out with this guy that at first said all the right things, but as time went along, I started to realize that he was double-minded in all his ways. For example, we both discussed that kissing was not going to be a thing because I know myself and my weaknesses. In retrospect, I stated my standards and he agreed. Anywho, one night he made the statement that at least in his previous relationships he was kissing. I was so confused because he said his previous relationships ended because they had crossed physical boundaries and they ended up sleeping together. Weeks earlier, he said God told him not to kiss me, to which I responded it was good that he listened to the Lord because I vowed that I was only kissing my husband on the day of our wedding. Anywho, A week later, he said he was no longer interested via text. Like, what the heck? I felt so, she has a face that was like angry, I think, because he is sheer cowardice to not be willing to tell it to my face, but via text. In the moment, I texted him back and said I wished him the best and hope he finds what he is looking for. But what I really wanted to say was, screw you, you're wasting my damn time. Everyone tells me that I should be thankful, and I am because he wanted physical things I won't compromise on. Although it's been a couple of months, I find myself rehearsing the whole situation with a different ending. That being that I broke up with him first because there were red flags that I see now that I ignored. I hate that he was my first date. Ugh. The thought of him makes me cringe, and I wish I could take my time back. I have deep regret, not that I put myself out there, but that I put myself out there and ended up with a frog and not a prince. I love that she's using emoticons. I have taken myself out of the game and I'm not sure I want to get back in because I'm scared. Please help. What do y'all think?
Gotta be stronger than that.
Yeah. Don't give up. Don't give up yet.
Don't give up ever.
Yeah, ever.
I understand how frustrating that could be. I think it was hard for me, like early on, like dating, just being like, man, there's some real duds out here in the church. But I think that you kind of grow bitter, and that's what happened. Like I got so bitter that I was like mean to everybody,
including me.
Yeah, I mean, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know who you were. You know, I just was like, you got the potential to waste my time. So, but I don't know. I think you're gonna have to be a lot tougher than that. I think that it's harder for women because there are a lot less men out there, you know what I'm saying, than there are women. And so it almost seems like most of the men that you may come in contact with are just kind of goofballs and like are kind of mischievous and confused. But if you saw the red flags, then I would hope that you would use that discernment that women have. Not to say that men don't have it, but women's intuition, whatever that is, you really need to listen to that. I know I got it, but Yvette don't listen to mine. She only listen to hers. Your little discernment. When I say I got discernment, you be like, but I like it. I like that.
That's not true. I listen to you. But my discernment is always on point. I'm just saying. Not always. But when it comes to people, I'm pretty consistent. I wasn't convinced by your Yeah, I definitely wouldn't give up. I would say get back in the game. If you know that you desire to be a wife and a mother, then I would just say continue to pursue that.
Yeah, pursue the option.
Yeah.
You know, like that, you know, I'm sure you had a lot of jobs that wasted your time or, you know, friends that wasted your time, you know? And I'm so sorry that I think it's okay that, you know, you have those stipulations and you're saying like, I just wanted to get focused, get my degree or whatever it is you wanted to do. But at the same time, like if you are young and someone is like scaring the heck out of you and telling you that dating is evil, like I would not listen to that. Like I would not like play yourself in like, you know, I wouldn't say like be naive and hop into relationships early before you're emotionally mature, but I wouldn't say to like sit there and like pretend you're not attracted to someone because you don't have a degree yet or like it's not the right time. Like that is kind of bogus. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that your ship has sailed.
You're just saying that in general to other people who might be listening.
Exactly.
Who are in an environment where people are like, you need to just go to college and do this and that and all the other things first before getting into a relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, in retrospect, I wish that I had worked hard towards something before I met you. That way, when we got together, I wouldn't have been so tight with my money. Mm-hmm. And I would have been more open to going on vacations and exploring things. But I was in such a poverty mindset, like I couldn't get past the fact that you wanted to spend $500 to go to Santa Barbara. And I'm like, $500? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I would definitely be more optimistic. I would not take yourself out of the runnings, and I would keep going out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like learning a sport. It's like learning how to play a new sport, or like you haven't been out there. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what it's like. And this is your one time. So I definitely would say don't be discouraged, for sure.
So I have a question for you. What do you think about Christians who just date? Like, let's say she's like, okay, I met this guy on Tinder or whatever, and then there's another guy. What if she's like dating two guys at one time? Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean,
right? Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what it's like out there in these streets. I didn't even know what it was like back in the streets when I was in the streets.
You weren't in the streets.
I was never in the streets. But you know what I'm saying? Like when I was supposed to be dating, I don't know. I never really feel like I had the true dating experience. You kind of just fell in my lap, or I fell in yours.
We both were just kind of standing looking at each other. No one fell. I think I do think that it's okay if you are talking to more than one person at a time. You know?
Yeah, because I feel like this is a dilemma for so many like believers who are desirous of being in a relationship, but they're like, man, it's just so many duds out there. Like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, I just don't. And she's like feeling like her time was wasted. But I'm like, maybe if you were like still on that dating app and looking at other people, then maybe you wouldn't feel like your time was wasted. Maybe you were just being efficient with your time.
You would be a lot more confident.
Yeah.
And like just being like, okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I wouldn't say like go completely insane and, you know, talk to like a bunch of different people and like lead people on.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't do that. But I definitely would treat it almost like you got to play the numbers game and kind of like, you know, hey, these guys fit the description of people I think I would. And once you see those red flags, it's kind of like, boom, he's out. And we got 3 left. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these are the 3 guys I'm interested in. Now, this guy, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you just kind of got to play the numbers game, I think. And I think that's okay. And I'm not saying like be a player. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be a player no more.
And I'm sorry, life beat us down today. Like I'm sure that when we started this podcast, like it's a completely different mood. We got Uzi here. He's about to start crying.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
He's upset.
And I'm just rocking him. But today, kids, man, I got a whole nother Chocolate Baby story time, man.
Do you want to just go into your Chocolate Baby story time?
Why not? Here we go. Just a random Chocolate Baby story time right now. Ready?
It's Chocolate Baby story time.
Okay, so I'm upstairs. I'm about to put the kid.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling right. I'm like, everybody come brush your teeth. Now, every freaking night, there's toothpaste smeared over the counter.
Did I send you that video?
No, let me finish, babe. Smeared all over the counter, smeared like someone walked up the stairs and like dragged their toothpaste full of toothbrush full of toothpaste up the stairs, and it's just so frustrating. But today, for like, you know, the 15th time, I see that the toothpaste has like dry toothpaste all around at the top of it, at the tube. So I'm like, what the heck, man? Who keeps doing this? And Uriah goes, well, I try right? And I know Raya. You know, if you guys know Raya, you know he's infamous with the toothpaste. I've walked in on him sucking toothpaste out of the toothpaste tube, right?
It's been in his hair.
It's been in his hair several times. It's just, he's a mess.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so you got to use this toothpaste. So I took the dried toothpaste, put it on his tooth. No, I told him to open his mouth and I scrubbed it on his teeth, stuck it in his mouth and told him to brush his teeth with it. And I was like, please don't do this ever again.
I was trying to find that video. There's a video, I thought I sent it to Glen, of this man who's like actual footage, and then he like takes toothpaste and he just smears it on the the mirror and rubs it on the handles of the sink and like just the countertops. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it. But it was funny.
Anyway, man, it's been a rough go at it today.
Yeah, and Anaya, y'all, she went to bed hungry.
Yeah, she went to bed hungry and she took like a nap today. Both these kids have been sick all day.
He's not sick.
He's got a fever from his toothache, and Anaya had some allergy issues where she had to basically she just knocked out in the middle of the day, just went to sleep.
She asked for a breathing treatment, and I gave her the breathing treatment. And I like was trying to put her in the corner, and she's like, "No, I want to sit here." And she was all whatever, and then she ended up laying down with the thingy on her face and falling asleep. I was like, "Well, go on with your bad self." It was right before nap time, so it worked out.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this.
Okay, sorry guys, we are all over the place, but we do have a voicemail, so let's go ahead and listen in real quick.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say I truly appreciate your work, especially the podcasts. They're awesome. So I kind of have a question. Of course, if you could like blur my voice, that would be great, or just like distort it. But I have a question because I'm currently with somebody, right? And we're together, we're in a relationship, but family is like very important for me. And yeah, I know that, like, you know, sometimes not everybody's family is like, they can't like really get along well, but it doesn't mean that, you know, it's not like a big deal breaker, at least for me. So what I wanted to ask is that what do you do when your significant other doesn't really like your family? Or what do you do when your significant other is just doesn't really like your family? Because he used to have a good relationship with my family and stuff. He would come over every once in a while. But the situation happened between my family and him, and now he just kind of doesn't want to do anything with my family and doesn't care for them at all, which is genuinely hurts me, because at the end of the day, you know, we want this relationship to go into marriage, but that's, like, family is important to me. So even if my family didn't do the right thing or wasn't acting correctly towards the situation that happened that caused them to not like my family anymore, like, what do you do? I know this voicemail's probably all over the place. So, like, what do you do when your significant other doesn't like your family? And you're just supposed to, like, continue on with that and stuff. So, yeah. Thank you.
You want to answer?
I just want to see what you was going to say. Do you like my family?
Do I like your family?
I'm just kidding. The thing is, I feel like it's kind of challenging to answer this question because I don't know that it's our firsthand experience. I do know that we have challenges with our families. Yeah, but it's not a matter of disliking them. Right?
Yeah.
We like them. We love them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like it's a whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Because then, all right. So I'm like curious, like what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like what did he do, or what did they do? Was there an apology? Is he?
Yeah, we need more details.
Is he unforgiving? Because then you're dealing with a whole nother trait. Now, is that a red flag for you? Where okay, you're doing this to my family. What happens when you do this to me or our child or your boss? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what happens then? So, I feel like there may be an issue that you know, it's something deeper going on there. It's not just he doesn't like your family. It's maybe unforgiveness or like a unwillingness to reconcile. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like is a bigger point. Now, can you live with that? I don't necessarily believe that Yvette has to like my family, but I'm not a big family person. Now, if me and my family, if she doesn't like my family, it would be irritating and I would be upset about it. But I wouldn't think about it all day. I'd just be like, man, how come every freaking Thanksgiving is awkward? You know what I'm saying? Or how come every this is this? You know, like, why does it always feel like this? But I think if I had a disdain for an entire group of people in Yvette's family, I think that would be an issue.
It would be an issue for me because I'm a family person.
Now, there's been moments where I'm kind of like, I'm not going to Christmas. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If me and Yvette's brother had an issue at one time, and we're just like, I'm like, I don't feel like going, and I literally like, I want to go home. Mm-hmm. But it's Christmas. I don't care. I want to go home. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the whole family. If I have issue with one person, then it's one person. I don't have an issue with everybody, you know. And then we reconcile. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I already knew we were going to be cool again. I just was like, right now we're not rocking, and that's fine. How long has it been since you guys been having these issues? Go ahead, babe, talk.
No, I just think for me, I'm a family person. So if Glenn just flat out didn't like my family and had no interest in getting to like them or doing anything with them, then it would be hard for me to proceed with that relationship. Like that would probably be a deal breaker for me. But I don't know if it really is a deal breaker because, you know, at this point, like I love Glenn. And so it's like I can't really imagine my life without him. And so if that were a thing, then it'd be like, can I get through this? Like, can I have a relationship with my family that doesn't involve him? And like, I probably could, but do I want to? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I don't know. Did you say it's your husband or your boyfriend?
It's her boyfriend. She said she wants to pursue marriage eventually.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Yeah. So like if you guys are in a dating relationship, that is something you really need to decide for yourself. Like you can totally make it work, but do you want to make it work? Do you want to have to compartmentalize like the people that you love like that, like your husband and your family? Do they have to be? Because then what happens when you guys have children? And then that layer is added to it. I just feel like it's too much to have to navigate through and it's rough.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, we want to go out, but he doesn't trust your family with his child.
Yeah.
And then you guys literally don't have anybody to watch the kids.
Yeah.
Or, you know, yeah, it can go so many different ways. We're doing a handoff here. How long has it been since we tried to do this podcast? It's been like 12 hours maybe. Like we tried.
Not 12 hours. I think it was 1 o'clock because it was.
10 hours.
It was, what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's only been like
sorry,
8 hours.
8 hours. I'm so sorry, guys. Sometimes kids, man, they be whack. But yeah, those are like, I understand like your plight and I understand what you're thinking about. But this guy sounds like he needs a little bit of therapy. Here I go again, talking about something I don't do. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy?
Here we go.
You know what's crazy? I'm getting tired of everyone telling me I need therapy. And I be looking at people like I'm telling you the truth. Like I'm telling you the honest truth about where I'm at. And I need therapy because I'm telling you the truth. Meanwhile, there's no discussion. There's not an honest discussion you've had in like months. You know what I'm saying?
You talking to me?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about people. People who looking at me like, yeah, man, something wrong with you. You don't like birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, you don't like birthdays. But I really don't like them. But why can't it be something wrong with all y'all? Why I gotta be the one with the issue? So man, I'm out here. And I do believe that you really have to judge that for yourself to see if you're interested and you wanna fight that battle, because it will be a fight. And it will be something that he is gonna fight you on. And I'm really big on, I should not be forced to hang around people I don't want to hang around. I've been telling you that for years. But it's this person. Like, and I'm like, yeah, just because this person has a position in my life, that doesn't mean I have to hang around them. Like, that sounds like slavery to me. It doesn't sound like freedom. Like, I'm not free to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand his perspective. I understand his point. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying, yeah,
No,
but.
I say yeah, period.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, period. I just say, if you really gotta, like, the sad thing is, the thing that's coming to my mind is, like, who do you love more? Your family or this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Because you might have to let him go, or you might have to work harder for some sort of reconciliation of some kind, like, and then maybe evaluate why he doesn't like these people.
Yeah.
Like, are you missing something?
Yeah.
Because I will say that
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this on the podcast, but I'll just say it and then we can edit it out if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
But because there were things that Glen would tell me about certain people in his life that I would like, no, we have to have a relationship with this person. Like, and he would tell me about his experiences and this, that, and the other. But I never experienced it for myself. And then I experienced it for myself. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, it's so subtle that I didn't necessarily, and maybe it's not as subtle, but it is kind of subtle. Would you agree? Would you agree it was subtle?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it just kind of creeps in to your spirit.
Yeah, and some people don't experience it. Throw the whole baby away.
You're crazy.
All right, so yeah, like, it's subtle, and it's like sometimes, like, you don't ever experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not your reality, but it is this person's reality. You know. Now, yeah, I and I'm not saying that you should definitely, like, you should choose this person over your family. I don't think that's the truth. But if you could live with what your family did, then you're fine. But if they can't, then you have to understand them. But I do think about, like, okay, so say if I had a big issue with your family, right? Now, it's possible you could have found somebody else who just was cool. But then it is also possible that you be single, you know what I'm saying? Like, living with your mom.
I wouldn't be living with my mom, but okay.
I mean, you would be, at this current day, you would be with your mom. It's quarantine, you ain't got nobody. You would be at your mom's house. But, like, is that worth it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think I'm not a big family person, but I know that through being around her family, I know that I need to be more of a family person. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a tender space. It's very tender.
Yeah, Tinder is a dating app. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was good feedback for you or not, but I definitely think it's something where you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons and what matters most to you. And then if you find that your family does matter the most to you, then you probably want to cut it off with this guy sooner than later, rather than, like, pulling him on. But my thing would be to kind of just seek some kind of reconciliation of some sort between him and your family.
Yeah, because it's three things. It's like, it's only a few things that could be happening. He has past hurt issues from his own family, and he doesn't like family altogether. So he's like, I don't care who it is. They disrespect me, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Or he has an issue with reconciliation and he's unforgiving. Or what they did was really foul and they need to be held accountable for that. And they need to reconcile. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those three things. I feel like I need three because I feel like there's always three. So those are the best three I came up with. But it could be 8. So who knows?
Okay. Babe, how married? Oh, wait. We have a how married are you? I'm sorry. We have a
How single?
I'm so single.
I'm so single.
You should come up with this.
I gotta come up with another song.
All right. Again, if you'd like to call in and let us know just how single you are, then you can call us at 760. I'm sorry. So you can call us at 760-335-6643. You can call us again at 760-335-6643. Here we go with I'm So Single.
Hi, I am so single that online dating is not working for me during COVID-19. I thought about inventing FedEx dating instead. Mr. and Mrs. FedEx, like they could just be delivered because nobody's going out. And that's how single I am.
Mr. and Mrs. FedEx.
She's saying like ship people to you. She's been doing an online dating thing. I understand her plight. And she needs that face to face. You know what I'm saying? She's not finna Zoom call nobody. Hey, let me see your room. Is your room dirty? You know what I mean? You don't get to know any. She can't smell nobody. So she needs them to be FedEx to her. I understand. Or maybe she's trying to date the FedEx guy.
I know, that's what I was taking it. I was like, hey, well, can I get your number?
Now, if you do anything, you're going to know that the FedEx guy is the most trash guy at his job. The best guy to date is the Amazon guy.
Is it the Amazon guy?
It's the Amazon guy.
It's not the UPS?
Well, I mean, like, we get all types of packages
We
here.
do.
And FedEx probably got the worst delivery style. Per social media. There's some pretty good memes out there.
There are, actually. All right, babe. How married are you?
I'm so married that I biked to work and you were sad. And when I went to work because you got bad news and I came back to give you a hug.
You did. I appreciate that.
And the hug was worth the ride.
Oh.
Very true. How married are you, babe?
I'm so married that I don't know how married I am. Like, we've officially had 12 birthdays together, y'all.
Oof. Are we going there? I feel like we should talk about that next episode. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love him so much that I just wanted him to feel special, and apparently I just don't know how to do that the way that he needs it. And so he's about to show my stuff. And so, yeah. And that's just how married I am, I guess.
See you just leaving with a cliffhanger. All right. Well, if you want to hear the rest of that, I guess we should talk about it next episode.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
And that's just how married we are. Say bye-bye, Uzi.
Say bye.
Say bye.